personality types. Try to not make this too boring. There's a lot of different types out there, a lot of different ways to find out more about yourself and how you are and how you operate. This can be good for what? Like finding jobs, making friends, anything.
Or just having the knowledge of knowing what your personality type is.
Getting to know yourself.
Right. Okay, ready?
Let's talk about it.
Let's go. Jello. I'm Ash.
And I'm Lynn.
And this is Only If You Can Keep Up. Hopefully you can keep up today because...
I'm a mess today.
We're both kind of a mess. It's okay. It's been a week. My animals are animaling and it's just so much...
I'd love to give them all a personality test.
Okay, I can tell you, Mavis is a psycho. Is that a personality trait? Because that goat is on something. She is the sweetest, most loving goat, but she can now jump from the floor to my kitchen counter.
Was it her that jumped on my back earlier? Yes. And then she was chewing my hair.
Literally.
Yeah, we were outside too. It wasn't like I was in her business.
Like... They spend the night in my kitchen still because we have had absolute downpours of rain for the past 3 weeks.
They're terrified of the rain.
And they're terrified of the rain. So I can't put them in their cage
because
they'll just scream. So they sleep in a dog kennel in my kitchen. And then every morning they go straight outside.
That's so funny.
So, oh my gosh. They should be in this cage out. Like, they should be in their pasture. It's not a cage. It's like a whole fucking area.
I'd say they're definitely like type B.
I'm going to say they're type psych. Well, no, because Millie is the sweetest. She does not jump like that. She does not run like that. All she wants is to eat your hair. Like, nothing else on this planet will,
They're more than go with the flow, whatever. So, okay, so we're going to try to make it simple at first, because, like, everybody's heard of type A, type B, and then there's what they call type C, or a combined type, whatever, type A, B, type C, where you're a mix of both. And this isn't really so much scientific or used for specific things, but just, like, in general, most people identify more with a type A or type B. And I see all these TikToks, like, I'm a type A mom, and, like, their van's all clean, and they're all organized, and their kids have matching outfits.
I'm pretty sure they're the ones that drive the white SUVs.
Yeah.
These type Bs have the black SUVs,
and
right?
Here we roll up with our black one. And I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe I'm more type B. But there are things, especially at home, I'm very, like, detail-oriented. I don't like to be late. Like, my OCD kicks in, and I obsess.
Before you go crazy into it, let's say what type A is and what type B is. Okay. So I didn't do much on this because this is all you, girl. Okay. So type A is competitive, time-driven, goal-oriented, impatient, self-motivated, perfectionist, and easily stressed.
Yeah. So most people who are type A, they come off as high-strung. They struggle to relax. They're usually pretty tense. They like to have control, mostly control. Things need to be organized, in order, planned out, schedules. They're very, like you said, competitive, ambitious. They like to work towards a goal. They make really good, like, corporate executives, managers, ER doctors, surgeons.
Big bosses.
Yeah, people who are in big charge and things that are usually kind of high stress, high energy.
I also feel like these people's wives or husbands feel that way too, even though they're not the ones in charge. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like the wife of a doctor is totally type A. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do you understand?
Unless you go with the opposite track, maybe they're really laid back and they kind of balance them out.
Most of them are kind of snooty and think they have to have everything perfect. And, you know what I mean?
Maybe
like,
they kind of rub off on them,
Right.
But type A is a really good thing to have when you are in a leadership position, or especially if you're like an ER doctor or a lawyer.
Somebody confident in charge of
that's the thing. They're almost always confident. They're energetic. They're ready to jump in and do things. I've met a lot of type A people, and I'm always just like, how do they do it? How do they do it? And I have times where I am type A, like I need things a certain way. I don't want to be late. My kids and my husband are always like, slow down. I'm always in a hurry. Got to get shit done. Got to find a solution. I do struggle to relax because I'm always thinking about the next thing I got to do.
I do that.
But when it comes to, they have this like sense of urgency, which we get a little because when you have ADHD, kids, the mix of the mom life and the chaos, you have a sense of urgency. Things have to be done by a certain time. But the difference between a type A and a type B kind of takes it. They take it as it comes.
It's like almost oh my God, the opposite.
Yeah.
Jeez, take the wheel. Yeah, they're relaxed, they're not competitive, they're flexible, they're adaptable, they're creative, they're patient, optimistic, and good at relaxing. Like, they can do the task and relax while they're doing it.
And I am very drawn to type B people. Like, it's like they slow me down, they calm me down, they help me realize, like, we don't always have to be in a hurry. But yeah, they're more content with life in general. They're like, kind of like, okay, not worth getting worked up over this. They're kind of, more laid back, easy going. They just kind of enjoy the process. Like, if this doesn't get done on time, no big deal. They can be viewed as lazy or messy or chaotic because, like, you see the type B moms on the videos and they're like, shit's everywhere and, oh, let me wipe the crumbs off here so you can get a snack, or you want a yogurt? That's all I got. They're just like kind of, whereas the type A's will be like, I have cheese and crackers laid out on a plate. That's not typically how it is. Most of the type A's are, I don't know, they're just born with this energy and this drive.
I probably know one human on this planet that I can say is 100% type A.
Your father?
Oh, two.
My dad definitely is.
That just hit. No, two. Now, but this woman, she is the most beautiful, creative, amazing human being I have ever seen. And she has so much going on in her normal life.
Yeah.
And then she adds into so much more of one of my youngest is in one of her little groups and she's the leader. And it's like, oh my, how
do you do it?
How?
Yeah.
Like, she is a very, very, very important person.
They have to have very structured brains to be able to keep it all straight.
And it does not faze her.
Yeah.
She has no phase about it.
And that's where you get, like, a healthy type A who can control it all and keep it under wraps.
And it's like, I strive to be this woman. Because, oh my God. Yeah,
they are so inspiring.
Oh my God. I
and
all the time, I give her high fives all the time.
Because I look at you and I think that, like, you're so organized, you're so energetic. Like, you have a lot of the good type A traits. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you inspire me.
Okay, we should probably say we both took the quiz. And we are both type A, B, or C, whichever one you want to call it.
It said split down the middle. So I think, like, with my family, my home life, appointments, I'm very type A. I've got my calendars, my lists, my planner, all that, everything. I'm never late. Like, I'm always early.
See,
like, I have to be.
I'm the complete opposite. I'm always late.
Really?
I am always fucking late. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I will be late. It doesn't matter. How many times have I said I'll be there at 10 to your house and I'm there at 10:20?
Yeah, but I don't figure that's as big of a deal. Like, are you late to doctor's appointments and important? Really?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They say they put it at 4. I'll be there at 4:10.
It must not be enough to bother me because I'm a very punctual person. When I come out here, it's different because I'm like, oh, I'll be there in 20 minutes or so, whatever.
You were actually early today.
I was. And last time, too, I was like, oh, I got 5 minutes to spare. But when it's stuff like that, I'm more laid back. But, like, if we have an appointment or we have to be somewhere for an event, like, I'm always the early one sitting in the parking lot waiting 20 minutes. And my husband's very type B and, like, very laid back and slow going and late. Like, it doesn't bother him to be late. And so I'll sit there and like, come on, let's go. My dad's like that. He'll be like, come on, let's go. Let's get this done. I can't stand to wait around. I want to get it done. But that, like, sense of urgency. So I definitely have that when I'm, like, daily stuff. But for the most part, I'm more type B, like, letting things go, whatever. But they say, okay, so this actually was developed back in the 1950s by a cardiologist and researchers. Personality types were more to help investigate potential links between personality types and heart disease. So the cardiologists were trying to figure out type A's tend to be more aggressive, more impatient, which leads to, like, hypertension, heart conditions. Oh. If they're more, like, worked up and tense, they're known to, like, tense their jaw, like TMJ. I have TMJ.
I don't.
Really? Well, that's good. Do you ever get tense? Like, you feel like you're just tense from clenching? I get that a lot.
I have a shoulder thing.
Yeah, and that could be where you hold your tension.
I always do this when I just shrug my shoulders up and I'll hold them up when I'm tense. I've never done my jaw or my face. It's
I don't realize I'm doing it but they said it was from clenching.
Until I finally relax and I realize how fucking sore my shoulders are for the whole day.
So you probably hold yours in your shoulder. Mine's more in, like, my jaw and my neck, and I realize when I let it go, I'm like, oh shit, that's what it was.
Right.
But they say, we're torn.
I hate it whenever you scroll through the TikToks and they're like, unclench your jaw.
Yes.
Relax. And I'm like, oh,
drop your shoulders.
Yeah.
Relax.
And I'm like, I didn't even realize I was holding it. Fuck you for making me realize
this whole time. Yeah. How many days have I been like this?
Yes, literally. It's been 3 months. You need to come back on my For You page constantly,
They fucking know.
Bro.
It's because your camera's watching you all tense, and then they're like, let's find that in your algorithm to let you know that we see how stressed you are.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Probably.
It always knows, though. But yeah, so they've found that type A's, because they have this, like, they're diligent, they're energetic, they're, but that makes them prone to stress, prone to being tensed up. So yeah, higher blood pressure, higher heart rates, prone to, heart issues, whereas the B's are more relaxed and less prone to burnout.
Okay, so what is the heart doctor? Back then, was there a type C? Was there a AB combined?
I don't know. I think this was more later. They kind of decided, this isn't a category that everyone falls in.
Right. Okay, so now here's my next question. what was with the type C's hearts. Like, if you think about
I don't
it,
know.
like, they're crazy and psycho, but then they can also chill and relax during
From
being
what
psycho.
I've read, like,
you know
type C sounds more of like a generalized, like, oh, we've decided not everyone fits in these two groups.
Nobody
like,
fits in anything.
Yeah, everybody's got different days, different moods. So, like, but they say type C's are a good mix of the two. They're usually pretty well balanced. They're reliable. They're organized when they need to be. They don't like conflict so much. They prefer peace. That's how we we'll get them when we have to. They'll stand up when they have to, but they're usually more introverted. Whereas type A's are extroverted. They're out there. They're doing things. They're talking to people.
My
B's are more
issue
quiet.
Is I don't want to go over the edge because I will.
Yeah.
My father is who my father is, and I am my father's daughter.
Same.
And I will. My father's been kicked out of every hospital. I'm not kidding.
I believe it.
Like, within a fucking 50-mile radius of our towns.
Yeah.
Because he will get what he wants done, but then he will be walked out.
Yeah.
Because.
And that's my problem.
I'm serious.
Will go inside. I can speak up when I need to, and I have to really bite my tongue. Yeah. And I don't like to do that.
That's my point. I don't want to become that. My dad was banned from the Walmart in our town for 10 years.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not kidding. He could not walk in the doors.
That's so fun. And to talk to him, he's so friendly and just like.
Well, some dude fucked him over essentially at the Walmart.
He has his limits.
You know what I mean? And he lost it. Cops were called. Like, you are now banned from Walmart, sir.
Oh my gosh.
But now he can go now. Like,
so he's definitely probably type A, I'd say, more than.
But I don't want to be that. So I don't like conflict because of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like,
they usually will jump into things more. They'll say what they need to say. They'll get done what they need to do. Whereas I will avoid unless I absolutely have to. I try to make peace. I try to let things go. But when I have to step in and speak up, I will. Like, there's times where
I will. I've had to several times. Like, my younger sister will be in the hospital, and I'll be like, "Listen here, you're gonna do this."
It's more when we feel like we have to advocate for someone.
Literally, I don't think I could do it for myself. Yeah, I really don't.
I do. I notice I do it. Like, I'm on the school board, so I've done it several times there. I've done it like doctor's appointment, things like that.
But that's for like your kids.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Or like if I feel like an employee or a student or somebody is not getting the treatment they deserve, then I get enraged, and that's when I'm like, okay, but I'll keep it under wraps. I'm like, okay, listen, this is how I feel.
Right. The only type of conflicts I truly have to deal with in my daily life are, like, this duck got mad at that duck and now I have to separate them. Or, like, my goats are fighting because the one's getting horns and the other one doesn't have horns, so she's jealous. Like, those are my daily conflicts, and I love them.
That's okay.
So that's where my type B comes in, because I would take those conflicts any day.
Type B, they're good communicators, even with animals. Yeah, they're known to do more like good therapists, counselors, teachers, writers, artists, anything with communication or mediate. They're good mediators because they're more open.
So I actually have my degree in all of those things.
Look at you. I believe it.
Seriously.
But type Bs are known to be creative, whereas I think type As are usually more like logical and like they like data and they like things organized right in front of them. Type Bs are more like think outside the box and figure out different, they're adaptable. They like change.
So look, I can literally, like, if you tell me there's a problem, let me think. Say I have a hole in my fence, but I don't have fencing to fix it.
Yeah.
I will figure out exactly how to do that.
You go into problem solving mode.
With the stuff I have on hand immediately. Yeah. That's just a simple example. Like, I can tell you how to fix anything.
Yeah.
Like,
and that's literally where, your brain just goes straight into problem solving. Yeah.
I don't even try. I'm just like, my brain starts
And my
swirling.
motto for life, when I tell my kid, I'm not as good as you are with coming up with solutions for things like physical things, but when it comes to mental, my kids say they get stressed out or something, or they can't, I'm not going to be able to figure this out. I'm like, listen, my motto is there's always a solution, always. It may not be what you want, but we will figure it out. And that's what I always tell them, we will figure this out. It's not going to be left undone. That's I always have to find a solution.
Right. So my problem with that is challenges. I give solutions and they're great. I've given them to so many people and then they don't want to do what I say.
I love your solutions.
But then they don't want to do, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about other people. They don't want to do what I say. So they go 6 months being miserable. Yeah. Like a mental issue is what I'm saying. They go 6 months being miserable, and then they finally decide to try what I said, and they say their life changes. Yeah.
But during that 6 months, as the type B, the good listener, the good communicator, the one
you sit there and bite your fucking tongue because...
And as they complain to you the entire time.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they didn't try to help themselves. You wanted my help, I gave it to you. You didn't implement, that's not my fault.
Oh, that was my husband. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, so Bs are, they're usually pretty friendly. I say I'm probably more type B, even though I am obsessive over some things, and am messy. I am chaotic. I'm not organized. But when it comes to getting shit done, I don't leave appointments. I don't miss appointments. I'm not late for school. I'm not, my things are done. My work is done. My orders are sent out on time. I make it to work on time. I'm not one of those
So I'm not at all. Okay, my son got put on, we upped one of his medications just by 1 milligram. So he had to have a med check. Well, I had messaged the doctor and I'm like, he's great with this. Do we have to have a med check on this? Can we just say it's fine? Because it's usually an every 3 month situation. She's like, that's totally fine. That was I'm going to say 3 weeks after he was on it. So I remembered the day of his appointment, 45 minutes before his appointment, that I needed to call and cancel and reschedule that appointment.
Hey, but you remembered.
45 minutes before.
But you still
You would have had a panic attack.
You stayed in contact with I probably would have.
Yeah,
oh my
literally.
God.
And you would have felt horrible because you...
But in order to do that, to not forget, I will reschedule stuff. Like if it's not urgent, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to push that one out. I'm going to reschedule that because we have so many things.
But you don't do it 45 minutes before the appointment. That's my point. But see,
it's only because it's on my phone,
right.
my calendar, my planner. It's in 15 different spots.
Well, my thing is I don't feel guilty because this might be horrible because that doctor doesn't get paid for that 40-minute time slot. But maybe she can actually take a break for 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what my thought is.
I'm sure
maybe
some
I
people
can give
like
her a
the
chill.
cancellations, a little bit of a relief here and there.
Yeah, that's how my brain sees it. She might hate that. She might be like, well, shit, I have nothing to do. But I doubt it because she's a whole-ass mental health doctor. So, but...
That'll give me some time to
I try to think the positive on my side, but I don't know her.
At least she figured it out and you called. And even if you didn't, if you just called it, it's not like it's a constant thing. Like your kids aren't late every day. No, I don't think I've ever
done that before.
I mean, I know people that their kids are late to school every day.
Well, my kids ride a bus. If they didn't ride the bus, I don't know.
But they're on the bus on time. You don't have to... I mean, and that's fine. If it works for them and it doesn't stress them out, that's okay.
It stresses them out, but they're the same way. So they're just like me.
Yeah. But... I mean, as the people that are late every day, it doesn't seem to bother them. Like the people who I know who are late every day, they're like, oh, I'm late again today. Oh, well. Yeah. It doesn't bother. I would be like, God damn it, we're fucking late again. But if you did it
every day, you would no longer feel that way.
It would probably just become normal. And that's where I truly think brains are just wired differently because everyone is so different.
I read that people with AB combination can switch.
Yeah.
They can go from being this way to being that way in different situations. But a type A person can't switch to a type B. And a type B can't switch to a type A because you're so driven in that one way. Yeah. That's your whole personality.
Well, that makes sense.
But people with both, today, I could make sure we're on time perfectly and be completely exquisite with everything I do all day long and organized and blah, blah, blah. And then the next day, I forget everything and do nothing. Yeah. That's how type AB are.
And I wonder if a lot of type Cs are ADHD. Because we are so inconsistent. I'm going to say
yes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
most of the time I'm pretty balanced and pretty on time and stuff, but there are days where I'm like, where did the time go? Go back to our ADHD episodes and just listen to what,
If you can keep up.
Yeah, some days it's like, what the fuck? I lost track of time and now we have 10 minutes to get out of the house and then I'm stressing.
I do that. Okay, look, it'll be we have to leave at 3 p.m. on the dot to be there at 3:30. So... I will, in my brain, be like, okay, we need exactly 30 minutes to get ready. Right. I have to get both the kids ready, myself ready, and just tell my husband to whatever. And it's it doesn't matter. Yeah. That 30 minutes will take 4 years, and then we're 10 minutes late. Yep. I don't understand.
We are late a lot when my husband has to go with us. I can get all the kids out the door and get myself.
Mine's not my husband.
My husband will just
Mine's probably me. Well, mine's me because I have to make sure the kids have the clothes on. I have to make sure the kids have this. Yep. I have to pack some snacks. I have to do this. I have to do this. Now I have 3 minutes to put my clothes on and put some makeup on.
And I always misjudge. And the reason I do make it on time places is because I'm obsessing and I'm hurrying no matter how much time I give myself.
But then I'll forget something.
Yeah. And then I have to go back in 3 times.
Or it's my fault I forgot it. Yeah. Or, you know what I mean? And it's
I blame my husband, but the last couple weeks, I've been so chaotic, and we have had to literally turn around and go back. I forgot my glasses. Oh, I forgot my wallet.
I don't have my glasses on.
I don't either. No wonder everything looks blurry. Here we go.
My head's starting to hurt, too. Now. I'm going to try to get mine. Hold on. Oh, can she do it? I got him. We're good.
Yay. Now we can see. But yeah, so I think that's where we're still analytical, we're detail-oriented, we can be thorough, reliable, dependable, all the things, but we're not always that way. So we're adaptable and flexible, but we have times where we're very focused and organized and So yeah, I think that's. But there's also, I guess they've mentioned the type D too. I've never heard of that.
The big D.
But I guess the type D is where you have more of the negative aspects. So like you're easily distressed. You're prone to like escape when you're challenged. You shut down. You deal with a lot of fear, anxiety, negative thoughts. You're uncomfortable in social settings. Like they're still good problem solvers, but
so like somebody who's depressed essentially.
Maybe,
like,
or someone who deals with a lot of mental health issues where like they struggle being around people. Usually the type Ds come off really like pessimistic and negative.
So throughout your life, can you change personality types?
That's what I wonder.
So
I would think so.
So like if something happened in my life,
like situational based.
So I feel like when I was younger and like only had one child, because I'm not gonna lie, I had my first child at like 19, so I've had one child for half my life.
Yeah.
Like I was always on time.
Yeah.
I always had everything done. I always had the bag packed with the snacks and we were ready to go. But then it's like the more kids you get, the more fucking chaotic and crazy you get.
Yeah, I would think lifestyle and situations would change.
The lifestyle of the rich. But I feel like it can change.
Yeah, I
like
would think
over
so.
your life. So you could be a type D person who's sad and doesn't want to do anything, but then you can change your life around and
because you get people who
B.
go through horrible, stressful events, become like agoraphobic and stuff. Yeah, you're gonna struggle with being around people and going in public places and deal with a lot of anxiety and depression. So I would think type D is probably more either to do with mental health or life situations causing that. And I think you can make your way back to an A or B or C.
Right.
But I'm going to say, we're both type C for sure, because depending on the day. But these kind of match up. Like I said, this was done by cardiologists. This is back in the 50s. So, but it's not like a super scientific thing. They don't use it a lot. Whereas like the other types of personality traits and tests, like you've got your, the big one, what's the Myers-Briggs? I don't know a lot about this one because I get confused. There's like 16 different personality types with the Myers-Briggs. And I'm not going to talk a lot about that one today because I know that I took the test and I was an INFP. All I know with that is that they go into, well, first of all, that one was created back during the World War II, and it was inspired by Carl Jung. So if you don't know who Carl Jung is, he was like a Swiss psychologist, psychiatrist, and he was like the archetypes and exploring the collective unconscious mind and all that. And he really got into behavior and people are introverted, extroverted. So like he kind of opened up the door for all the psychology stuff. Like, so that was way back, early mid-1900s. We need to
create something for now.
Yeah.
Because now is different than the fucking war.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
but they kind of use that to like
that's my point.
Form the Myers-Briggs.
We should redo these things.
Yeah.
Because like you said, there was only type A and B, and now we have a C and a possible D, and I'm sure there's an E, F, and a G too.
And maybe they've made changes to it over the years. I don't know when this Myers-Briggs was actually
so that's
created,
not the other one we took, because we took two. We
right.
Took
the one we did, the one we're going to talk the most about is the Ocean. It's the Big Five, and then the Enneagram, which I hope I'm saying that right. Enneagram?
I have no idea. These are all big words that I don't do.
So the Enneagram, I'll talk a little more about that in a little bit because I feel like that's the funnest one. I have the book and the little workbook that goes with it. Yeah. So I like that one a lot. The Myers-Briggs is used a lot in the psychology world, but it's so confused. I know that I'm an INFP, but I don't know what all that entails. It's something to do with like how introverted or extroverted you are, and like, but it kind of lines up with the others. So with the Big Five, which is also called the Ocean, the O is for openness, like gauging your ability to be open to new things, if you're curious, creative, adventurous. The C is for conscientiousness.
That's a word.
Conscientiousness.
It's okay.
Your ability to focus, how persistent you are, your reliability, organization, determination. Then you get into extroversion. That's your E. So your social interaction, how you connect with the outside world. The A, Ocean, OCEA. The A is for agreeableness, like your empathy, your cooperation, how you care for others. And then the N in Ocean stands for neuroticism, how neurotic you are, how your tendency to fear, worry, negative stress. Oh, God, that's my brain all the time. But so the OCEAN, it all stands for something. What's that, an acronym? Is that the word?
I have no idea.
That's how they gauge. When you take the Big Five personality test, that's gauging your OCEAN, whatever. This one went through decades of research, different analytics, and
so can I Google these tests and take all of them?
Oh yeah, you can. What did we do? Like, was it Truvia?
Yeah,
is that what we used?
Yeah.
And then there's like Psych Central. There's
so you can Google just these tests, and you can take them and figure out what you are if you don't know what you are. It really
I think
is.
They're fun
we
to
took
do.
several. We did not the ocean one. We did the
Enneagram
one, and then we did what's this one? This other one.
That's this one, the ocean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry,
we
I
did
need to
take
scream.
It's okay.
They're really loud.
We did the ocean one,
and they're kind of they kind of match up.
I think they're all similar in some way. It's just a different type of personality that they've come up with for each individual test, right?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yep. Because the Myers-Briggs, like I got the INFP, which actually matches the type that I got with the ocean and with the Enneagram. They all match up.
Right.
So it makes sense. But the ocean, I think they do use a lot in like clinical psychology. It's got more of a scientific approach to it. So I think that's one of the big ones. And I liked it because it's a little more simple than the big Myers-Briggs one.
And then we took it.
Yeah.
And we got the exact same thing.
Which is almost so weird.
Exactly.
I was surprised because I always think that we're different.
We're like the same.
But we do think alike.
We're the same, but I think our type A and B's just have a little mix up. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're the same. Like we do the same.
We think a lot alike. We do a lot of the same stuff, but we come off different maybe, but still, that's still personality.
I'm aggressive and you're like, hi, sweet pea.
I can be aggressive, though.
No, not to new people.
Not to new people.
Like, if somebody's like, here's Bob's wife, Jill. You're like, oh my God, Jill, hi, how are you? I'm like, hey. And I walk the other direction instantly. We are two totally different people on that aspect.
But on the inside, I think we work a lot more alike than we realize, maybe.
I think we did, too.
But I always look at you and I'm like, she's so driven and so organized and she can jump into a task and get it done. And here I'm like, fucking crippled with anxiety and like shutting down at every little thought. And I'm like, I have big ideas, but I need you to put them in action for me.
And I do. And then you do them and then it works. So.
And I feel like I'm no help for anything because my brain's just so chaotic all the time.
No, it's not.
But we both did. We've got this. So with the ocean test, the big 5, you take it. I think what we said, what was the website we took it on? Truvia.
Truvia? Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll tell you like what percentage you match with the most. So, like, the top one, we both got our top one.
Empathetic idealist.
Was it empathic or empathetic? Something like that.
I thought it was empathetic.
I wrote down empathic. I don't know.
It's fine.
Similar exactly. Words.
I got, that was our number one. And an impatient motherfucker.
I am an impatient.
They feel deeply for others. They believe in a better world. They value authenticity and kindness. They interact with others by, they see multiple perspectives of any situation, which I truly do.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, if somebody, like, if a husband and wife, friends, are having a fight, and my husband's telling about it because it's his buddy, but I'll be like, well, how does she feel?
Yeah.
What do you think she did?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he,
very
I can change his mind sometimes.
Yeah.
He'll be like, oh my God, you're so right. Because he thinks of what he hears and not the other person.
A lot of people do see things in black and white and they're prone to one way.
And I always think of the opposite situation. Yep. Always. And I've always done that.
And that being an empath and like being able to, not just intuitive, but put yourself in other people's shoes. Like, if, I don't know, when they talk about stories of addicts or stories of homeless or whatever, like I feel myself in their body. Like I've never experienced it.
I have a different thing on that. Like homeless, yes, I feel the homeless. That is horrible. But addicts, I just have a different view on addicts.
Yeah, but I do feel like I can still almost always put myself into like how it happened, how they got there, like understand why they're...
I understand why they're like that 100 fucking %. I feel like I could have been an addict if it wasn't for like my life situation. I could have 100%.
Yeah. And see, that's where I think that just that being open to understanding, even if you don't agree with what they're doing, you can understand how they got there.
I do understand how they got there, but they also struggle to set boundaries, abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
And they're off... Whoa. They often take on other people's burdens.
Yes. So a lot of
literally me.
These empathetic or empathic idealists, they're often like the one people come to because they do want to help. They want to make things better. They're kind of peacemakers. They're mediators, kind of like that type B.
So I have a question for the choir. At what point do you no longer want to be that person?
Right.
Because I'm Ash, and that's where I'm at.
How do you set your boundaries?
Because I'm there. I don't want to be that person for like my family, my immediate family, my children, my husband, you, because you're like my fucking sister, my actual sister, my little brother, yes. But everyone else outside of that little bubble, I love you to the moon and back, but I can't keep solving your problems.
I can't be that.
Like I am 37 years old and I am in charge of too many people.
And as empaths, you take it like we're sensitive to and like we feel, but we soak it up like a sponge, and it's burnout. It's And then that's what causes them to be very introverted at times. They need to recharge socially. They need to have time to, chill out and decompress.
I've never been an extrovert. I don't want to leave. Like, I don't want to leave my house.
The same way. I'm the same way.
Every blue moon, I'll get to the point. It's like once every 3 months, I'll be like, I need to get out of here. I just need to take a drive. But
we don't want to get like cabin fever, but
no.
There's times I love to be home. I can entertain myself in my brain. I
have enough to do around here. Yeah. And I think a lot of that comes with farming too, because how many farmers, which like I don't have fields and crops, but like, do you know, just like go chill somewhere?
Right.
No, they stay the fuck home.
Right.
I am
introverted
him.
homebodies.
I am now them.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And I look at like I was saying earlier, I did used to be more social when I was younger, but it was my couple close friends, my sports, my job. I look back, I still didn't like crowds. Like, I chose to not go to my high school graduation.
We were just talking about that. Yeah,
like my college graduation. The crowds have always been a lot for me. I never wanted to do that,
but it's just because the physical crowd doesn't necessarily bother me. Like, the people don't, because they leave me alone, essentially. It's all the noise.
Yes.
It's the people having different conversations. It's the person speaking on the microphone. It's the music that's horrible in the background
Sensory
on
overload.
the speakers. It's the fucking lights that are so loud, they almost overpower the people. That's what I don't like.
The sensory overload is so much.
Now, if you say, let's go to an outside barbecue, I'd probably be fine.
Because you can spread out, and the noise has somewhere to go.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do okay with that kind of stuff.
I think it's inside buildings.
Yes.
Like, outside things. Like, I
don't
even
mind. The noise just bounces off the walls.
I don't even mind taking my kids to, like, the city carnival or going to the fair or something like that. Yeah. That doesn't bother me.
If I can spread out, I can deal with crowds.
Yeah, because you can always kind of walk away from the people.
But even at those, I can't. If I have to walk I'm so claustrophobic. And, like,
I'm not like that.
I can do, like, my kids' my daughter's volleyball game, stuff like that. But I get so overloaded, I have to, like, try to sit back away from the crowd. And, like, I'll take my little loop earplugs. And
I take them everywhere.
Oh, my gosh.
I need another pair for, like, home and for, like, out.
Yeah.
Because I sometimes leave them out. Yeah. And I need them in the home and they're in my car.
Yes.
I just need to put it, anyway.
But yeah, they're prone to burnout. They're prone to getting, like, socially and emotionally overwhelmed because we take in everything that people are feeling and dealing with, and we want to help and we want to mediate and make peace and help them. But also we're known as, like, visionaries, creatives. A lot of times, these empathic idealists they're writers, artists, spiritual coaches, that's what I'm looking for. Therapists, again, kind of like the type B, but I do my tarot readings, my things like that. Like, I even get overwhelmed with that. Like I was saying earlier, I have to take breaks because it's too much energy at once.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, like even writers or artists, they work their stuff out into their art and their creative outlets. And
my cat is howling to go outside. Yeah, he's fine. He's perfectly fine.
But these are the ones, it matches up with that INFP and the Enneagram Type 4. They're dreamers, they're healers, they're individualists, they're big idea people. They're always thinking outside the box and, looking for deeper meanings and things. They like one-on-one deep connections rather than hanging out with a bunch of people.
Absolutely.
Or, like a good conversation rather than talking to a bunch of random people.
So what's the personality trait or type or whatever for a person who doesn't want to meet new people?
Yeah.
That's not a thing. Like,
I think that can go with this. I do. Because I just
don't need anybody new in my life.
I like making new conversation and like talking, but I can't make.
Do you know how many people have came to me, you included, that are like, I think you and blah 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 will be such great friends. Let's do something. And I'm like, abso-fucking-lutely not.
I am fully at capacity here.
I don't want to make a new friend.
Yeah,
that's like a whole.
And that's
terrible.
I want to get to know people, but then I get so overwhelmed.
So I can just like pretend that people I follow on TikTok are my friends, and like we don't talk or anything, but like I know what's going on in their lives.
It's so much to have to keep up. It's not that I don't care and I don't want to get to know people, but it's
there's
so
no
much.
More brain space for another human being.
Yeah, or physical time, to make. I want to give you what you deserve, but I can't, so I just can't do it. Like,
exactly.
Like I gotta deal with the kids and the animals and the.
Right. Okay, so our number 2. I got practical caretaker for my number 2. And you got practical caretaker for your number 3, right? And then I got analytical thinker for my number 3. And you got analytical thinker for your number 2.
Yeah.
So it's like we just switched those 2 around.
Our percentages were pretty close, though.
Like 1% off for each, literally. So a practical caretaker, my number 2.
How crazy that we got so close,
because we're the same. Action-oriented love. So, like, action-oriented love. I would rather my husband do the dishes.
Yes.
Than tell me he loves me. 100%.
That's my love language.
I'm completely like that. Yeah. Like, yes, I know you love me. Yes, you call me beautiful and amazing all the time. But show me.
Yes.
And not necessarily show me, because that sounds horrible. But I mean, like, you doing the dishes, oh my God. Yes. Thank you.
It shows appreciation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Highly responsible. I don't know who the fuck decided I needed to be in charge of all these people. Yes. I don't understand that at all.
We were talking about that earlier, too.
I should not be responsible for anybody but myself and my children. But I am not. I probably have 10 people I'm responsible for in this life. And my family only has 5 in it. Like my small, close family. My husband and children.
Because you're the person that people call and lean on. Even the ones that are...
And if I called any one of those people, any fucking one of them besides you, which you're not under my category of responsible people. Like, I'm not responsible for you.
I try hard to not be a burden on you.
Shut up.
I feel like
no,
sometimes
you're
I
not.
just
But
dump.
like, if I called one of them and said, "Oh my God, I need help immediately," they would say, "Deal with it," and hang the phone up. But if they called me the next day and needed help, I would drop everything in my power and drive to them. And if I told them to deal with it, they would never fucking speak to me again. I'm gonna have to let that cat out because he just got really loud. He's on. We've got a little
it's
inside
just a fun
back
background noise. It's fine.
Okay.
But
they're also reliable to a fault.
Yes.
Absolutely. How they see their...
I always know I can count. Yeah. Like, I would
never not. It. Like, okay, inner world, like their inside world. They're emotionally steady, usually. Which I feel like
Everyone's prone to bad moods, but stable.
Your self-worth is tied to your usefulness. Abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah. And you completely forget to care for yourself.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't remember the last... Like, I'm drinking water today. This is my first cup of water in 3 days.
Yeah. But we make sure our kids get their
Exactly.
drinks.
Okay, how they interact with others. They're always helping, rarely asking if they can help. They just jump the fuck
Very
in.
Independent.
Like,
try to
Lynn
do
will be
thing.
like, "Oh my God, I need to organize this. I'll be there the next day and we'll fucking organize it." Like, it's like literally.
Yeah.
Great and... You're great at... Oh my God. Great at anticipating other people's needs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So not just intuitive, but you know what they need. Like
I can look at my husband and he looks sad or down or something like that. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go get you a Tylenol. I'm going to go because I know what he needs.
And some people really don't have that ability.
No.
To even pick up on what they're...
And that is crazy.
Yeah.
And then the last one is struggle with resentment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Resentment's a big thing because you go and you do for other people and then you sit down and you're like, when is this returned to me? I am lucky that my family is very supportive and I know I can count on them and I've got you. But like there are some people that you feel like you give and give and give and you get nothing in return and you don't do it expecting anything in return. But when it hits you that you never get a thank you.
I have never in my life done something for another person and expected something in return. Not like the only thing I actually expect is a thank you. Yeah. The words thank you.
That's when I get resentful.
That's all I need.
When I feel like I've done and given so much to someone and I never got a thank you, I never got acknowledgement, that's when I feel it. And then they keep wanting more. Because I know several people like that.
Because they just feel like you should give it to them.
Yeah.
They literally
feel entitled to your
100%.
energy. And it's that's when I get resentful. I want to help. Out of the goodness of my heart, I want you to do better. I want to help you do better. But like
I helped someone for so long. It took everything I had. I mean, I left my kids' softball games. I left so many things for my own children to help this human being. Yeah. And got shit on. Yeah. Completely. Then I got told I was a piece of shit. I was worthless. I was nothing. You've never done anything for me. So I wrote this person out of my life completely. Wow. Completely. This is an actual family member. Now that I wrote this person out of my life, everyone else in my family resents me for writing him out of my life. They don't understand. They don't listen to my story. They don't care about my story. It's all about him. And I'm done.
Yeah.
And I see what he's the one person I think I've put my nope.
Yeah. Just have to draw your line. Yep. Yeah. We have a couple people that I can think of that have got us to that point. But then I don't know. I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to draw that line and set those boundaries, especially when it's people you love. Right. But that's when that caretaker role, like you don't know you don't know when to stop. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, so there's a couple celebrities I wrote down for this practical caretaker. I didn't do it for the other one.
I did on the other one.
Okay, we'll go back. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which I know there's a big controversy with him, but that man do be having a lot of charities and he helps a lot of people out.
I could see him being one of those big...
I'm not saying he didn't do bad because everybody does bad in celebrity eye at this point.
If you dig into everyone, there's something, I'm sure.
Sandra Bullock, Never thought so, but okay. And then Keanu Reeves.
Of course.
I could see him because he does a lot of charities and stuff too, and like helps. Like
he's just such a wholesome human.
Yeah, he really is. Which I'm sure there's something bad about him. I'm sure there's something because everybody.
The only thing I've seen about him is that he's a crappy actor, and I'm not gonna lie. I will watch his movies. My husband's a big John Wick fan, but I don't think he's the best actor, but he is a wonderful, wholesome human from what I can tell. Every interview I've seen him in, he just seems to. But yeah, I could see he would be a good one. Now, on the other one, the empathic idealist, I did put down, Belle from Beauty and the Beast. I know these are characters, but I can see that.
Oh, the cartoon.
Yeah,
so
the cartoon.
Like Emma,
right.
Like Emma.
Not the actress, but like the Beauty and the Beast, like the actual character. But yeah, she's kind of the oddball with the library books and the, she's misunderstood. But she's like empathetic and intuitive and, I don't know, Coraline. Because they're curious and they're always trying to figure things out.
Coraline.
Lydia from Beetlejuice.
Oh, shut up.
Grandma from Moana.
Oh,
they're like really, intuitive and she did. But she came back in the ocean. But yeah, they're like connected and they're visionaries. They're imaginative. They're curious. So yeah, that makes sense. I did more characters for like fun, but
I did not.
Actors, that's a good one. So the analytical thinkers, where we both scored similarly also. It was in our top 3, both of us. And they are like driven by logic, facts, data, research. They like to problem solve, like we were talking about. Like we always want to figure out an answer for things. We always want to figure out how to solve the puzzle. So we break down problems, we find solutions. You give us a problem, we want to figure it out. Like we like those mental challenges. They're, critical thinkers. Sometimes we overanalyze or look for too much in things or look too hard into things. But most of the time, it's just because we're like perfectionists at times. We don't have to have everything perfect, but we want to make sure that it's done well and done right.
I feel like it's just we want it to be done our way or no way.
Yeah,
like,
that could be too. I really
do feel like it's like that.
But even though we're like, we overanalyze, we're also careful for the most part. Like, yes, we make mistakes, we mess up, but we're very careful we're very detail oriented. And like when you say you're making something for someone, a craft project or something for your business, like you don't miss a beat. You're very detailed and you're very you're like things you've created are the most intricate, beautiful things I've ever seen. They're so detailed. So like when I think of analytical thinkers, they don't come off as a creative type, but they are, because when you mix it with that idealist, they put their creativity and their perfectionism together, and it's like, it's crazy. But yeah, they make usually good like administrators, accountants, things like that. That is not me, but I do like data. I like research. But I don't think I could do that for a living.
I like a good spreadsheet. You sit down and you work it and you do it. I do like it.
I do some of that stuff for work and even for my business at home, and that I do enjoy that stuff, I guess.
I like it. But my problem is I love doing it. It's having the time to do it, having the space to do it. Yep. Like
the uninterrupted time.
My kids not bothering me every 30 seconds because a fly flew by their head. Because we're also
very frustrated by disruptions.
Oh,
and
100%.
Getting interrupted.
That's
and
a hard one to get
around.
Like, I'm teaching my kids now because they both have ADHD also. My little kids, not my oldest. But I'm teaching my littles that, I say little, one's almost 13. But you get my point. I'm teaching them that you have to have patience. Yeah. I cannot jump and run for you anymore. Right. You're not a toddler. Yeah. You can wait 2 minutes for me to finish exactly what I'm doing for me to go get you a drink.
And that's a big thing that, like, really 9 to 13 is like that, those formative years where they're like learning to be more independent, and
it's like, I will get you that drink, you just I can't stop what I'm doing, give me 5 minutes and then I will get you. And at first it was a fucking, my 13 or almost 13-year-old, he can get his own drink now. It's my little one, she's like, but I need it now. I'm like, then you can go get yourself a glass of water, because she wants something from the fridge. And she knows she's not allowed to pour from a pitcher because she's 9.
And she's so tiny.
She will spill it everywhere.
My 9-year-old tries, and he's getting more independent, but he'll still, there's some things, it's when he's worked up about, he's a very nervous little boy. He'll ask me like, Mom, do you think I need, this morning his stomach was bothering him. And I was sitting on the back porch with the dogs, and he came out, I think 3 times in that 10 minutes. He's like, my stomach hurts. I think I might need a Tums. And he knows he's not supposed to get in the medicine cabinet without me. So 100%. He came back out 5 minutes later. Mom, I was just asking about that Tums again because he was okay. I think he was having like a reflux or something. I don't know. And he was just so worked up. But when he's nervous, he cannot stop himself to come in again, again. I'm like, I will be in 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Okay. But it's like, I'm trying to get them to like learn patience and resilience, and it's so hard.
They've got to learn that you can't jump and run.
Like in this day and age, everything's so instant and in your face that like we got to learn to slow down.
Let me say too, if there's some kind of emergency or they truly need me, I jump and run.
Right.
It's just the little things. Like, can you get me a snack from
now, if he were throwing up or something, I would have ran inside.
Exactly.
That's not...
Screw the dogs. They'll be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you got to give me a minute. You'll be okay. And he was okay. It was fine.
Right.
But yeah, so analytical thinkers, we break down our problems, and we do. I guess I don't consider myself a numbers person or a math person, but I do like me some data. I do like to put in.
I like data. I don't like math.
Yeah.
Like with that spreadsheet, I will put a sum on that for me, so I don't have to do the adding.
Yeah.
Literally. I don't like to do the.
So yeah, I guess you can like data and like logistics and
not like math.
And okay. So yeah, that makes sense. So, excuse me. They're curious minds. They're always looking for deeper meanings. Again, now some characters. Have you ever watched The Good Place? Chidi, Chidi.
Yeah,
he's very. I identify with, or
I
like.
forgot about The Good Place.
Not identify. What's the word? Like I feel like
he's your spirit animal.
Yes. I know I'm not that anxious. I'm not that obsessive.
He's a very
but some of the things he does, the way he the indecisive.
Me of a chihuahua.
Yes. Yeah.
You're not a chihuahua.
Sometimes I feel like I am. I get so indecisive. I get that like indecision overload where I shut down, and I will wait so long to make a decision that I make myself sick. And I'm just like, okay, I have to weigh all the pros and cons. I have to figure out what's the best logical reasoning, blah, 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 blah. And then I will just, like, I can't just make a decision. I overanalyze everything.
Next time you're like that, just message me. Because I'll tell you what
that's
you
where
need
you,
to do.
Like, you shine.
Because you should not, that sounds horrible.
And I don't do it with everything, but some things I will make myself, it's that OCD. I ruminate and I spiral, and I'm like, so that's where like that tend to overanalyze. The Chidi stuff that comes in big time. He gets my heart. Okay, so more characters that are analytical thinkers. Donnie Darko, very curious, trying to figure it all out. Sherlock Holmes, obviously that investigative detective stuff. Spencer Reed, I know you know Spencer Reed. So those are those analytical.
My brother.
But yeah, those brains that are constantly trying to figure stuff out.
Well, Spencer Reed has the mind that I say it. He remembers everything he's ever read. Not
idiopathic. No, it's kind of like photographic memory, but it's more than that.
Eidotic.
Yeah.
Everything he reads, he remembers his entire life. It's reading. It's not, pictures too, I guess, but he can read it. Yeah. And he can read a book in
so that's like, he's probably like 100% on the analytical thinker, whereas we're like
100% on the spectrum.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
And I bet a lot of analytical thinkers are ADHD or on the spectrum, because it does come down to a lot of.
Or both,
ADHD. Yeah. So I didn't have a lot on that one, but I thought it was so cool. I know that there's only 5 major types. But the fact that our percentages were so close and our top 3 were identical.
What did you get for your number 1, like percentage-wise, your empathetic idealist?
71%, I think.
I got 89.
Oh, that's really, that's really high. Yeah. So not as close as I was thinking, but still, for it to be our number 1.
Our other 2 were super close, because you said your practical caretaker was like 41.
Yeah, it listed that as my second.
42,
44 on my practical care. It listed it as my second one, but the percentage was lower than the analytical thing. But it's interesting. Ouch. If you want to get to know yourself,
I just punched myself in the face. What kind of personality type is that? Like, I straight up I was trying to itch my neck around these freaking headphones.
That's like you've been around your goats too long, and now you're starting to act like them.
Oh my God, Mavis.
The one's like, I'm going to climb up on the top of the porch, tippy top, and just jump and just hope for dear life.
Low. Like, that go is on. Oh,
she's like, suicide.
She's not an empathetic idealist.
She's just chaos mess. Oh, the Enneagram. I never know how to say that. Enneagram?
Is that the one where we took and we're both the same
with
again?
The book again.
Yeah.
We are the same on everything. And that is so crazy to me.
Maybe that means we're like meant to be.
Maybe. I seriously think we have some kind of kindred spirit connection, like in other lives. Like I've always thought that. But it is weird that we can seem so different, but we're not. We really do think a lot. Like,
I think we're different. Loading. I forgot what I was going to say.
Like a Windows 95.
Okay, I think we are the same, but we just deal with certain things differently. That made no sense.
And I know everyone's different, but
yeah,
I think our internal...
I don't know how I'm trying to say it. It's such a hard thing to put into words.
It's like it processes and comes out a little different. But on the inside, we have a lot of similarities.
Yeah, literally.
But I'm definitely a lot more spirally inside.
Like, if I have a question, I know your answer before I ask the question, but I still have to ask the question just to hear you say your answer. You know what I mean? Because I know exactly what you're going to tell me because it's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like...
We do, yeah. And our opinions on things are almost always the same.
Identical on most things. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've had some things we don't agree on, I'm
not
sure.
Very
but
often.
not very
in
often.
20-some years, I can't remember a lot of arguments. I mean, really...
I don't think we've ever had an argument.
No.
Like, we would go periods where we didn't talk, but that was
but it
more...
wasn't anything personal.
That was more like...
Life got busy. Yeah.
Literally, yeah.
And our lives would be different at the time. Like when you were going through a divorce, but we even ended up pregnant around the same time. So
all
we didn't even
three fucking kids.
That was not planned.
All three kids.
I'll tell you what, not planned at all.
All three kids, we were both pregnant at the same time.
So weird. Your oldest was born right before I got pregnant, I think. But it was pretty cool. They're 9 months apart, so it was very close.
Okay.
Well, she was a preemie, though, so maybe...
I'm pretty sure I was pregnant when you...
Because my daughter was a preemie, so it might have been. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we were pregnant. That is just... It's just nuts.
Yeah.
It's not like we were... Because some of those times, we weren't even, like, hanging out a lot. It was like we'd go months...
Like, with our pregnancies, it's not like we both got pregnant in the same month at the same time. It was like our kids are all just a couple months apart.
Yeah.
And mine are all older than yours.
Yeah.
Like, by months. Yep. By a month or two. Or, like, I think our oldest are the furthest apart, and they're 9 months.
Yeah. And I had a miscarriage in between there and did not plan... My second one was, like, a total surprise. So, like, the fact that... Because I actually was pregnant when you were pregnant the second time, we were pregnant at the same time. But then I had a miscarriage and got pregnant again. And then
we were still pregnant at the same time.
So crazy, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
And then the third one, he was a total surprise.
See, and ours wasn't. We actually,
I didn't think I could have more kids.
My third one was our only planned child. I mean, we love them all, but the only one we're like, okay, we do want one more. Let's try. And that was the third. And
it's just crazy. Yeah. But yeah, there were times where like our lives weren't lined up. They were different. And then we kind of got back. I don't know. It is weird. Like, we've always been friends and stayed in touch, but we had our times where, and I think it is a lot of situational stuff, how we process and how we come off. But to look at, like, personalities, you think of how people act and how people treat people. We don't have similar we don't have similar attitudes, maybe? But we do. I don't know how to explain it.
We don't have similar attitudes. I'm a bitch and you're a sweetheart.
But I can be a bitch.
But you can't. You say you can,
but you're also, like, the most caring person on earth.
To people I like. If I don't like you, I don't care about you.
But even a stranger, if they needed help, I know you'd jump and help. You may not, like, talk to them and tell them that you love them, but...
It would depend on the vibe that stranger gave me. I'm just saying, I'm a big vibe feeler.
Yeah, okay, I get you.
You started talking about the Enneagram,
yeah.
Okay, well, you need to finish.
Oh, yeah, okay. OMG. So we both... This is what's weird, too, because I don't even think this is a common one. So you take this test. You can go online and do it. You can get the book, whatever. The book's pretty cool. It's worth having. The Enneagram, okay, this is a blend of like ancient spiritual traditions and modern psychology. So these techniques go way back, but the new like modern version is just since the 70s when it was brought to the US. And this is used a lot in like spiritual settings. I think even some like churches and stuff, like people use it for psychology, all kinds of stuff. So it's a very broad thing.
So why don't you just read the 9, is it 9?
Yes, there's nine
types could be.
So you've got 1, the reformer. They're organized, rational. They want to improve things. The helper is number 2. They're generous. They're people-pleasing. They're very caring. They do for others. 3, you've got the achiever. They're the energetic, driven, success-oriented, definitely type A. Your 4 is your individualist. This is what we both got. The individualist, they're...
Both.
Yeah, they're the creative ones, the sensitive ones, the unique ones. They always feel like they're different or they don't fit in, or they're usually artsy or creative or oddballs, like outside the box thinkers. And we're very like, a lot of times they are very introverted and they kind of keep to themselves. And
you're a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, weirdos, exactly.
Literally.
I think of the number 4s as the weirdos.
You're a weirdo.
And I don't see a lot of number 4s. Like, I've read a lot about this and it's not very common. Now, the book I got, I think he is actually a 4, the guy that wrote it. So I loved seeing it from that point of view because I don't see those a lot. But I can think of someone in my life who matches all of them. But yeah, I got the 4 with a wing of 5. You get into wings, that's a whole other thing. I'm not getting into that. But 5 is the investigator. So they're perceptive, curious, independent. They're always looking for reasoning and answers. They're logical investigators. Number 6 is the loyalist. They're committed, responsible. They're often anxious. And you can have traits of all of these, but it's going to go on what your percentage like matches up the most.
That was a long
obviously.
test too. Like
yeah,
that was the longest test we
It's
took.
a long
yeah,
one.
So
it's really detailed. I feel like this is the best out of all of them.
Right.
Like I'm the one that resonates the most. But they all match up. They all mean the same. 7's your enthusiast. They're busy, fun, spontaneous. 8 is the challenger. They're confident, assertive, controlling. Also type A. And then 9 is the peacemaker. They're agreeable. They're kind. They're supportive.
that was my second. Was the peacemaker, and I don't know if I believe that.
I don't know. I feel like you are.
Really?
You may come off as tough, but I think you're very supportive and kind. You have a very kind heart. Yeah, and you're the caretaker. That's the caretaker, I think. But with the 4, because that's what we both are, I thought that was cool. I looked up some of the.
Are you ready for this? The celebrities go.
Yeah, the celebrities.
I'm so excited about
Johnny Depp.
Oh, of course.
Stevie Nicks. You're thinking you're odd, you're different.
I love it.
Yeah,
she's
the witchy and Johnny Depp. Obviously, he's a weirdo. Prince, weirdo again. Love Prince. Kurt Cobain and Snape from Harry Potter.
That's the one I'm fucking stoked about. Yes. Snape is my man. My van is named Snape. Because he protects me.
That's great.
So many people hate him. I love him. Greatest character development.
But yeah,
everywhere.
it's kind of the dark, mysterious, sensitive. Like they're kind of weird. They're kind of different.
They're the fucking weirdos.
Yeah,
like that's what they are. And I'm not talking about like the weirdo.
And I can appear normal. I can speak to people and pretend I'm normal, but I am not.
I no longer have the ability to speak to people normal. They're like, "Have a nice day," and I'm like, "Good morning," or no, I'll be like, "You're welcome," and walk away. Like I can't.
I do when I'm nervous. I mess up things a lot, and I get a lot of weird looks.
A lot of times I say "have a day."
Yes.
Like I will just straight up be like "have a day" and drive off. Like, what does that even mean? And then I'll say that to myself. I'll be like, what kind of day? Like
then that's where our analytical thinker's like, hey, what did you just say? Why did you say that? What does that mean?
Why are you so fucking weird? Why are we all weirdos at this point? Okay, so if you need to contact us. We're gonna segue to the ouch. For any rhyme or reason, you can do so at
only if you can keep up at gmail.com.
Thank you so much for listening to this crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye, weirdo.